What is up, everyone? Hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Please give me some feedback. If not, how the music sounds compared to my voice as well would be greatly appreciated. Alright, so it's just me tonight. Tyler is not with me tonight. And I feel like kind of threw this together last minute, so you'll see that there's no like overlay, anything like that. I'm playing on my PS5. We're going to do Castlevania Collection. In particular, I have never played through Bloodlines. I've gotten maybe halfway through, a little further, maybe stage 5. But I never finished it. So that's my goal tonight, is to finish this game. So I'll probably be able to breeze through the first couple levels, but we may trip up at the end. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so, let's get started, I suppose. Who do we have here tonight, anyway? We got Jacobians, of course. Hello, Jacobians. Charlton, hello there, Manny. Well, hello to you, too. Matt's Gaming Life, some familiar names. Yeah, so we went pretty late last night. I'm a little bit tired, but got my coffee. Not going to stop. I'm going to make some My Retro Live history, hopefully. So let's get started here. Bloodlines, start game. So I never actually had this game as a kid. Which I guess isn't surprising. I guess I didn't have that many popular games as a kid. But I think I first played this on the little Genesis Classic that came out. And before that, I had only ever seen it in one of Tyler's Power Team videos. So, I didn't see much of it, but it looked good. Always threw me off that it wasn't a Belmont that you get to play as. All the same, I think you still get a whip, so that's all that really matters. There you go. Here are two heroes for today. Who do we have? I think it's like John and Eric. All right. Very ominous. All right, so what do we have? You know what I need? I'm going to be... Oh, you know what? This is on the collection. So what I'm going to do is I will be saving it for passwords. So if I do need to use a password, I'll just load the save. But we're going to keep normal mode. We're going to keep everything default. Attack, jump, item, ABC, which doesn't really translate on the PS5 controller, but 3 lives, normal game. We'll figure out the controls as we go. So let's start. I don't know really. I guess there's the weapons, but I'll start with John Morris. If by some chance we do beat it. I'm in this actually for the trophies. There's trophies to beat it with both characters. So if I beat it quickly, if I do beat it, we'll try with the other character, Eric. So does anyone think that this is their favorite Castlevania game? I've always liked the 8-bit ones, but my favorite is probably Super Castlevania 4. Though this one controls pretty well. I like the way it feels. I think there are directional whipping you could do. Yeah, so you could whip diagonally. I think down? Yeah, you can whip down as well. That's Gaming Life. Thank you. Donation. Very kind. All donations go to help Tyler keep the channel up and running and produce more content. We did get a donation at one point. We bought a game with, Odalis from Destructo Disc. We will be playing that, I think, soon. Maybe not tonight, because this is what we're doing tonight, but maybe next week, next Saturday. Which I tried some of it, and it's a fun game. Definitely feels like an old 16, old 8-bit action type, action adventure type game. Yeah, so like I said before, the alert box wouldn't be on this. This was just cobbled together. Don't have the overlay, don't have any of that stuff working. Because of the nature of how we're doing this, and I'm using Tyler's account, there's some account linking issues on my end where it's not recognizing his donation account. In fact, I think one of the other times we tried doing the donations, it was going to my Twitch for some reason, which I don't even do anything on Twitch, I just have an account. So it was pretty uneventful over there. Michael says, not my favorite Castlevania, though. Leaning Tower is my favorite level. Really cool what they could do with the Genesis hardware. Yeah, I from what I remember, there's a bunch of cool effects in this game, and I think the next stage is the one I thought was... I guess it's really not that impressive when you think about it, but seeing it was really cool, is the reflection in the water, and we'll get there, so you'll see it. At least I hope we get there. If we don't get there, we have other issues at hand. Yeah, Leaning Tower. Don't remember if there's any sort of cool effects after that. I've always hated those rotating blocks down there, the ones that spin right side up and the spikes come up. At least in the older games, they feel like they're set up purposefully to get you to get knocked back, hit them, and then fall through. Hey Manny, what's your favorite pinball? Oh, okay, Jacobians. All right, so I haven't played a real machine in years, but they had, which is the one that turned into Stern Pinball? I think it was the Williams ones. Anyway, there was one, maybe it wasn't Williams, I'm not sure. You might be able to tell me. There was one called, I think it was Black Hole. It was a real simple type of game, but I really, really liked the look of it, of the pinball machine itself. I played it digitally through that collection, the pinball collection. So I don't... But from the pictures I had seen of it, it looked really nice. If I had to buy one, I think it would be that one. I believe it was called Black Hole. Got a one-up. I think what's interesting is, I think Arcade 1-Up does it. I think they have digital pinball machines where I guess the table and the back panel and everything is its own display, LCD display. I wonder how that feels. You know, you don't get the real physics nature of it all. I'll pick it up. Why not? So a lot of the enemies in this game, well, this guy in particular, but I think there's another boss, remind me of something out of Gunstar Heroes with the way that their body animates. Maybe a little bit of Vector Man. That was an easy one. We used to have Black Hole at the arcade I work at. It was difficult. I guess so. I know that to really win it, you know, to play it by the rules and to do what you had to do. You had to go from like the upper level. There was a lower level where you had to Gottlieb, right? That was it. There was another level where you had to. We're gonna save here, by the way. You had to do some conditions on the upper level. It brings you to the lower level. You have to do more conditions, and if you do it right, then you can get like the big bonus scores. Yeah, Michael. I think we're friends on Switch because I saw you playing that. When I booted this up, I was warming up a little bit, and I saw you on there. And that's another one I want to do, the Advanced Collection. I think that would be fun. I'd like to have Mikey along for that ride because he loves those games. Whoa. So I'm curious, has any... Alright, so like I said, I've never played it. I've definitely never beaten this game. Never played it as a kid. But is it the opinion of many here? Is it an easy game, a hard game? So far it's feeling a little bit middle of the road. I wouldn't say easy just because it was the first couple of levels. So I guess starting in Castlevania 3, they've had these stages that... The two things that really suck about this is the stage fills with water. I don't like the urgency that you have to try to get through it with. But also, it auto-scrolls. There's a one-up. It auto-scrolls, so you have to be on top of it and keep moving. But you can't stay too far to the top of the screen because then you'll get hit from things you don't see and knocked back. But you stay too low, you have a chance at getting either knocked off or drowned or just bumped around. Then you'll get stuck there too long and the bottom of the screen will get you. Jacobians has yet to play Bloodlines. Yeah, this was really the only game in this collection that I went into completely green on. I had the Game Boy Simon's Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania 2. So that one I was familiar with going into. Oh. That one's a pretty easy game in spite of it being... I think a lot of people think that's a tough game, Castlevania 2 on Game Boy. But really, it's not as bad as it seems. Whoa, that was close. Bloodlines, difficulty progresses pretty good as you go on, but you'll do just fine. Well, thanks. I hope so. Like I said, I just warmed up a little bit earlier just to get a feel for the controls and the game style, because it is a little bit different than a standard platforming Castlevania. At least it feels that way, but I think compared to Dracula X, was it? The one on Super Nintendo that succeeded Castlevania 4. That one, I don't know, I just... No. Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm dead. That one, I don't know, I just don't like the controls in that one. I think there's a double jump mechanic too, which I can never seem to execute. Very sensitive timing on it. Always with the Medusa heads. If you play Castlevania 1 and you finish Castlevania 1, you do a second quest. I guess it's a hard mode. And with that, you either get constant Medusa heads or it depends on level. Either it's Medusa heads or bats that will just non-stop come at you. The Medusa heads aren't so bad in that game because you could just run at them and you'll end up going under them when they get to you. The bats, on the other hand, I don't know, just something about them. I always end up whipping over them, and I end up missing, and then they knock me down. Those dragon heads are easier than in the traditional series. Which is always a welcome thing. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Michael says playing with Eric will throw you for a loop because his mechanics are different. Well, I would imagine with the spear you have to play completely differently. Handle bosses maybe differently. I'm wondering if his items... You know, sometimes when you have a situation like that, maybe their item's strength is a little bit stronger. Or they have more defense or something like that. So I'm wondering what the real stat differences are. We're going to keep this orb. We're not trading it in for the axe. Oh, I remember this guy. This guy's pretty easy. Hey Tyler, if you're watching, I think you're there a little bit. Have you ever beaten the game Bloodlines? Pretty easy mechanics. That wasn't too bad. Tyler, you prefer Eric, huh? You know, when I play Castlevania 3, I always thought Grant was the best because he can climb the ceiling. And then I thought Alucard was the best. I never thought that Sypha was the best. Actually, I never even used Sypha. Oh, very cool. I did not know that you beat this game. Once. Okay. Alright, here's our new password. Save the game so we can come back if we need to. So if I remember correctly, you only have limited continues in this, so if we have some good runs on these stages, I think it's worth saving the password screen. I'm not going to sit there and punch it in myself, but we'll have the save function. Oh, so this is the Leaning Tower level, yeah, so we're going to see some of those cool effects as we climb the tower. Oh. I should probably just go, right? I shouldn't stick around. Oh, never mind, I got him. Oh, there's another one. I do not like those birds. Bird people. Eating donuts. Let's go, Manny. Hey, thanks. I wonder if there's a secret somewhere here. I think you can actually jump off of stairs to get higher up. You can do a swing technique. I don't know if it works here, though. I guess not. Anything down here? No? I ended right on him. That's too bad. I think I had the whip upgrade, too. Which it looks like you lose it if you take damage. Probably the best thing about the music in this game is that it's Genesis music. It has that synth chip that they used. Here we go. So I don't know what's happening here. Is the tower actually sinking, or is it I'm climbing it and it's just a auto-scroll stage? Whatever it's doing, actually, it's rocking, which is a little strange, right? So I suppose it is sinking. Or maybe, like, spinning on its way down, sinking. Climbing the tower, climbing the tower. Can't stop, won't stop. Hope it stops. Oh. Netflix Castlevania series, Charlton, yes, I've seen it. I don't think I saw the latest season, the last season. But from what I did see of the first couple of seasons, I did enjoy it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can jump off the stairs in the opposite direction. That's nice. That's something they should have maintained in this series. Yeah, so I think this is what we're talking about with the Mode 7 style effect. It's pretty cool when you think about it. So the tower's spinning around, and... or rather, I guess we're going around the tower on these platforms. So the tower appears to be spinning. You can see the platforms there. Yeah, pretty neat. They did a lot of cool things with Genesis, which is why I think it stood a chance against the NES, the Nintendo juggernaut, right? Because it had its own charm. Aww, I fell. I fell. That sucked. 2 lives. I don't think I found an extra life hidden in this stage yet. If there even is one. Uh-oh. I thought I was gonna slip. Alright, this time we have to be a little more careful. Although I didn't get knocked back, I actually ran off the edge by mistake. I thought I would get knocked back, but the guy didn't knock me. He just gave me the damage, which, thankful for that, I guess. This looks like it would be a nightmare if you were able to get knocked back. I played one of the splatter houses. I'm not sure which one it was, actually. Can't hit him when he's doing that. Whoa, what did I just do? There's like some sort of special item mode? I didn't know about that. Pushed up and the item button and it did a special. It's pretty cool. It shot 3 boomerangs. You missed it. Alright, not bad. Greetings from New Jersey, AJ's Game Room. Oh, greetings from New York and Texas. New password, new stage. Stage 4. So it's interesting that you're going all over Europe here in your quest to vanquish Dracula. I think that's a bit of a departure. Maybe they did something like that later with the DS games, or maybe even the Game Boy Advance games. I think in one of them you go to Japan, right? I guess the castle could be anywhere. So this is an interesting stage, all the conveyors. Ah, what's up there? Maybe I could get up there somehow? Doesn't look like I can make it jumping underneath. What? I think I know. Do this. Aha! It's a long jump. It's oof, just made it. Ah, it's one of those. Go over the ceiling. Another one up. Nice. This music made a return in The Portrait of Ruin, fitting because you play as John's son. Oh, okay. Yeah, they have a pretty long and storied canon for this game, I suppose. For the series. I wonder if the Lord of Shadow games really fit into it. I know that they have Christopher Belmont, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it was Gabriel. That was it. And then I think his son becomes Trevor? I don't know. So I want to play that again. Maybe we'll do that someday. I actually like the Lord of Shadows games. I think they were somewhat well received in general for the type of game that they were. Although I don't know if diehard fans of the series liked it. But I thought they were good. It was fun to play it in that 3D perspective. Which I think they tried with the Nintendo 64, and I had that one. I don't remember liking it. These Medusas. Stay away. You know what's funny? This series really does enjoy its clock towers and the climbing on gears and going up. I thought it was cool when we first saw it, which I guess was in Castlevania 3, but you know what? I'm kind of over it. I'm not a fan of it anymore. I always feel like I'm about ready to slip off. See, I couldn't see him under there. Maybe I have to, yeah, I have to step on this pulley switch. Lord of Shadows was a different canon, still a good game though. I thought they ended up bringing Simon into it for the sequel, the Mirror of Fate game. And I thought it was also like the Dracula origin story. But you may know a lot better than I do on that one. Uh-oh. Oh, whipping over their heads. I needed to crouch. It's alright, still 2 lives. 2 lives, and I think 2 continues in the pocket. Oh, dude. These guys. I didn't think I'd get tripped up on guys like that. They're like the little flea men. They stay low to the ground, and you have to get the timing just right, or you'll whip over them, or they'll bump into you. Time it. Perfect. All right, good. No! Ah, that's too close. All right. Try again. The infamous knockback. Probably take the knockback effect has probably claimed more lives than any, probably all the enemies put together in the entire series. I'm willing to bet that personally I've probably died more to falling off a cliff edge because of knockback. There we go. Alright, no problem. There's another guy that reminds me of Vector Man or something out of Gunstar Heroes. So I do remember this one pretty well. Ah. I'm not connecting some of these hits. It's frustrating. There we go. Aria of Sorrow was in Japan, yes, in the future. Yeah, that's the one. I think I did beat that one. I've got my work cut out for me. There's so many of those Metroidvanias I never did finish. Yes, Jacobian's knockback is certainly a drag. I'm telling you, if you didn't have that, the game probably would be too easy. In fact, wasn't there... I thought that one of the games actually had a way to disable knockback mode. It was like their version of easy mode. Oh no, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Curse of the Moon had that, where you can disable knockback. And I tried it, and boy, is it a completely different game. Can I reach this guy? Yes. We'll do Curse of the Moon one day. That's really a fun game to get through. I mean, we already did Ritual of the Moon. Unofficially, not part of this channel, but I was messing around with streaming capabilities of the Xbox that day. And figured, why not? Let's go through that game. And we did. And that was fun. Really is a good game. I'm happy that it was made by the original creator of the Castlevania series. I only know it as Iga. I don't know his full name. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts. 2 health. Not good. Falling chandelier. Oh, killed them. Alright. That's a good tactic. Drop chandeliers on their heads. Yes, Tyler, Ritual of the Night is so good. So good that I do want to play it again. There's a lot to that game that I had to rush through because I think it was on Game Pass and it was expiring, so I didn't really get to give it a full, complete playthrough. I feel like there were a lot of secret little things that I ended up missing out on because I had to rush through it. And that's always the downside, trying to put in all that time. That's not fair. Came up from behind me too. Alright, no lives. Stage 5. I think there's 6 stages. I think we'll get it. I think we'll get it tonight. Whoa, that was close. I guess because we're playing on the Genesis. You don't get that NES slowdown when there's too many enemies on the screen, which kind of works in your favor in a lot of ways. Super Nintendo Gradius 3 had incredible amounts of slowdown, just too much happening on the screen at once in that game. But it actually works to your advantage. Alright, screw this. I'm running past him. I'm not going to stand around and get chewed up. Oh, look at this. So are these supposed to be dragon heads? They look like dinosaur heads, don't they? Some sort of T-Rex, maybe? And swing. I think you can actually go across the top. Yeah, there's stuff up there. I'm going to try to go across the top, get those items. Judging by how those candles are. Screw it. We don't need it. We don't need it. I hope. Wonder what was in that candle up there. Can I at least see? No. Alright. It's probably a 1-up. That would have been nice to have. Hopefully if we continue, we pick up where we left off and don't have to go right to the start of the stage. I feel like my eyes are undergoing an optical illusion with this. It's messing with my head. Something up there. I think I don't have to actually go up there. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Maybe there was something really good up there. I guess I'll never know. Maybe the other character, Eric, can get up there. Koji Igarashi. Yes, Michael, that's the guy. I don't think he's the original creator, though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Symphony was his game. Because I think people treat him almost like as the Metroidvania creator, or something like that. I'll say this, the gameplay elements that they had in Bloodstained Ritual, those were very much reminiscent of the original Symphony of the Night. Is this guy on a Segway? Were Segways things when this game was released? Probably had to run on car batteries. Uh-oh. Don't take too much damage. I guess the pattern isn't too bad. These orbs just bounce, they reflect off the walls. Nothing random about it, it seems. I can't hurt the faces either. I think it's this pillar I'm hitting. Yep. It's cracking now. Eatin' Donuts, thank you for the donation. Feels strange to actually go downstairs in a Castlevania game and not climb up them like you would to Dracula. She reminds me of the women ghosts in Castlevania 4, the ones that they do like that whole dance with the knife. They have the swords that come out too. Kinda have him stun locked up there, huh? Keeps bouncing off the walls. Uh-oh. One more hit and I'm toast. Oh no, I shouldn't have jumped. I clipped his bottom there. Who continues? One to go. See you, Jacobians. Thanks. That was the boss of this stage, which means that'll put us right at, I believe 6 is the last stage. So I think we're doing good in terms of lives and continues. And I used a continue and I'm right back at the boss, so that's a good sign as well. So I don't have to go through the whole stage again. Oh, I don't have any more item shards, gems. So I wonder why they did those magic gems for items in this game and not hearts like they do everywhere in all the other ones. Ah, got him. Almost did it without damage. Yeah, Michael, it is good. They didn't send me back. I was afraid of that. The stage itself, I don't think was... Yeah, it actually was kind of a pain. That hallway with the knights. And that one at the end that... We had that knight that showed up behind me. And then the one in front of me, and they sandwiched me there. I took a couple of hits there as well. next stage. Stage 6. Castle Prosperina, England. Well, it doesn't say Castlevania, so I don't know if that is the last stage. Final stage. Alright, I guess it is the last stage. Look at that blood moon. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I don't think I made it through this stage even. Last time I got this far, I believe I had 1 life left and I lost it. Probably here because this is... almost looks like the game is glitched out. I guess it's intentional. It looks like some sort of mirror effect. It's strange. It's really bizarre to try to figure out where the enemies are. I guess I should be happy that it's just Medusa heads. At least they're somewhat predictable in their movement. Almost no damage intentional. What do you mean? Like I intentionally took a hit there at the end? Maybe. No, I didn't. That was a mistake. Oh, dude, look at this. These mothballs are getting me. This is a real mind trip. All right. Yeah, Michael, that's funny. First time you played it, you thought it was the emulator glitching out. I would probably think that it were my Genesis glitching out if I saw that. It's a very strange effect. I guess it works. It really makes you have to think on 2 different planes, the foreground and the background, and your perspective is really, you're trying to marry the 2 planes together to understand where you actually are. But I kept focusing on just the platform edges there. I was just going right up to the edge and then almost leap of faithing right off, trusting that I'll probably land on something. Alright, this looks like it. And stairways up. Oh, of course. Always have to fight death in a Castlevania game. Yeah, alright, I hardly have life. This probably won't end well. Let's see what I could do with 6 life bars, which is basically... Alright, so this guy looks familiar. We did fight this already. He was an earlier boss. Whoa, I just took a lot of health away from him. Don't take too much damage, man. So it looked like he was easier. He didn't take as many hits to defeat. I'm assuming he probably did less damage to me too. What is this card? It was like a Russian roulette type of... What's happening? Alright, so it's like a boss gauntlet, I guess. Oh. Alright, not bad. 2 life. Mad Schmupper asks, Manny, do you have a favorite Castlevania game? Yeah, oh, that's nice. I think it's really mood-based for me. I really do like Super Castlevania 4, but I've probably played more Castlevania 1 in recent years. What's happening here? So, I'd say I'd settle on Super Castlevania 4 is probably my favorite. I like that one all around. It has great music, great control. Difficulty, I think, is just right. Oh, this guy again. Vector Man. Yeah, Symphony of the Night I liked as well, but probably not my favorite. Can I beat him up now? Looks like he has a health bar. Oh, took damage. Sight. Oh, this is like a Super Castlevania move. This death boss is a lot like the final boss in Contra 3, said Tyler. Well, considering I guess I just beat him, I guess maybe I should play Super Contra 3. If he's the same. Maybe I'll do good in that game. Contra games really give me a hard time, though. So now maybe I'm going to Dracula. I'm going up another flight of stairs. Guess not. Ah. Keep my distance, I think. It's hardly getting damaged. Alright, looks like he's looping. Tail whip. It's probably going to do another fireball thing. Look like I can maybe go in close. This? Yeah. That fire from the top down is very much like there's a boss in Curse of the Moon that does that. I think it's the second boss. Of course, she's not dead. The heck are those? Those look like the Flea Men. Maybe it is Flea Man. From Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea Man. Alright. I think this pattern is pretty obvious. Looks like you can't break those orbs, though. They are breaking. Seems like every time I hit her. Ooh. Alright, so it looks like if you don't break the orbs in time, you will be attacked. Good to know. I guess that's why we got the flea man earlier. Yeah. So how far back do we go? Okay, good. Oh, that's pretty far back, I guess. Guess could be worse. We might have had to fight death again. On. All right, good. Let's see. A few months back, you heard a rumor of a new Castlevania in the works. Yeah, probably a pachinko machine or something like that, or a mobile game. No, I think I heard the same thing, but I don't put much stock in the rumors, especially for Konami IPs. I feel like they really don't value them like they used to. I mean, they had so many NES games that they put out, hits too, that they, like Nintendo had a rule, I think it was, that as a publisher you can only put out so many games a year. So they made Ultra, who also made games like, did they make Metal Gear? They published Metal Gear? They also did TMNT. But that was their way of getting around the limit that Nintendo had. And all those games I thought were good. Oh, you trickster. This is a bit laborious. I feel like this is taking way too long. Maybe this will be the next round, and then she'll be dead. And then I'm assuming it's probably another form, maybe Dracula. One more. Alright. Is she dead for good? I think she is. I whipped her clothes off. Oh, this music's familiar. Well, the game didn't end, so either this is the last fight or... Yeah, okay. This looks a little bit more appropriate to an end boss. That was a quick attack he put on me. Whip are good. Yeah, the whip, the whip. Nothing but the whip. So he's taking a lot of damage each time I hit him. So I'm sure this isn't the last form. Is that death again? What's going on here? All right. Hi, Kevin Radigan. How are you? Whoa. These crazy Genesis graphics are making me dizzy. Look at that background. Now he shoots fire. You know what? It's like the same fire that's shot out from the dogs in Mega Man 2. In the Woodman stage. It's got that fire and arc. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I can't believe I had trouble with this once before. Well, I didn't get this far before, but that I had trouble getting this far with lives. Use this moveset in Portrait. I will take your word on that. I don't recall. Yeah, it's interesting. I guess they recycled the moves, but they also recycled the music, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've always enjoyed the music in the series. And there's always, there's like a themes to the game that play. One more hit. Oh, we traded attacks. Oh, Fire Crotch was the move he used? Okay. So he turned red when that happened. I'll keep that in mind. But he has no health. Alright, there we go. Alright, I can't imagine he'll do another form beyond this one. We're on the lookout for Fire Crotch. So I think... Alright, this is not Fire Crotch mode. He was more red last time. Oh, he's red. Fire Crotch. Great, now I'm never gonna get this. I guess that's what I get for teaching you guys the Picnic Ranger song last night. Dude, he's all stretched out. What's going on? Whoa. No, no. One health. Oh, no. Alright, okay. Alright. We'll get it. I think I have another continue in the bank, too. You know what? I'm gonna keep... I picked up the holy water last time. I shouldn't have done that. I'll keep the sacks. I also have the stunted whip here. I didn't get a second upgrade. That's unfortunate. So if you come into this... if you come into this and die, you basically get... You get killed and then you get punished by not being able to fully upgrade your whip. Great. Yeah, we'll get this. I've got another 3 lives, although I'm not doing too well right now. I have another 3 lives because of the next continue. So I think that should do it. I can't imagine coming that close and not being able to do that again in 3 lives, plus this one. Oh, dude, come on. I could have sworn I whipped him in the head. Alright. Oh, again with this? Come on, dude. I killed you first. Alright. We'll do it. I think I could do it in 8 health bars. Alright, so in this form he throws the scythes at you. Alright, 6 health bars. Hit him and he respawns with throwing things at you. Very juvenile. Fire. Uh-oh, he's doing something. Is he gonna throw bones now? Oh, dude. Oh, man, that was close. Oh. I didn't think I was going to make it. Alright. Is it still going? No more forms, I hope, right? Right? Oh, yeah. Give me that orb. Final stage. Alright. Oh, man. You know, that actually wasn't that hard. But boy, was that close at the end. I guess I see why you get only limited continues. And there's my trophy. Haunted Castle on PS4. Right, so Turbo Tales, the retro classic gamer said. I got digitally, he had gotten Haunted Castle on PS4 similar to Castlevania. Yeah, it's the precursor, right? That's an actually really hard game. You need to... I think that one was all about memorization. That one was very frustrating for me to get through. Basically, there are traps everywhere, and you have to understand where to duck, where to jump, where to attack. Fire crotches have been extinguished. Alright, Well, I'm not going to stop there because I did want to try. If we look at my achievements here, I still have to do. Well, I should get that one. I did complete all the games, but I thought there was one for winning as Eric, another trophy for winning as Eric. So I do want to try that. Let's see. We're about an hour and a half into this. I don't think it would hurt to go a little bit longer. You guys want to stay? I'll stay. Yeah, I do have the Versus Castlevania 1 port on my Switch. And that was the one that was in the arcade. And that's really tough. Yeah, I agree. I see some of the high scores on that, which is... Med Schmupper, you donated a few dollars. Tyler was keeping track of that because we don't have the I guess the alert box working. So I don't know how to check on that for you. I think it would be here. Yeah, I see it. $3. Thank you. Hey, thanks. I will let Tyler know. Yeah, so we're going to go for the other character, try to finish that up. Hour and a half in, could do another hour and a half. I've been trying to clear my plate of all my Castlevania backlog items, and this was one of them. I won't do it tonight, but there is a Castlevania 3 that will come out. We're going to beat that one, and we're going to do it based on your request. So you tell us how to play it. Do we take this character? Do we go this path? We're going to figure that one out. We're going to do that one together. All right, so it said expert mode. What was I doing? I was doing normal. No way I'm doing expert. I need to do this tonight. So before I... Yeah, complete Bloodlines as Eric. Could have sworn I beat all the other games in the collection, so I'm kind of confused why I didn't get that trophy to complete all games. Unless I have to do it twice on this with the two different characters on Bloodlines. Yeah, Michael, I don't know, man. Like, we're going to 3 in the morning. I don't know how I have the energy to do it sometimes. I have cold coffee here now. Ugh. Oh well, it'll keep me going. But yeah, when we do the streaming together, when it's Tyler and myself, typically we get started at 11 o'clock my time, and there's always like some sort of weird technical difficulty, and we have to set up all the audio and make sure everything sounds good, because I do this on my personal computer, which I use for other things, so the settings change. I use it for work as well sometimes, so it's never in a constant state like it's ready to stream, so there's always some configuration that needs to happen. And so we get started typically 11 my time, and then we end up going, like last night was 3.5 hours. And, you know, honestly, probably could have gone longer. I'm glad I didn't, but I probably could have. It took me a while to fall asleep after that. Sometimes it's the adrenaline, I suppose, keeps you going. Alright, so right away, I know he has the spear. It looks like I can attack up without... I couldn't do that. I couldn't attack like this with John Morris unless I jumped. Does he have the downward? Yeah. Oh, that was cool. I don't know what I just did there. The ducking charge up jump like in Mario 2. Alright. I wonder if that'll come in handy. I mean, I don't recall having trouble reaching platforms. I also don't recall ever downward stabbing anyone. So I don't think we're going to use that either. This will probably be just a standard run, substituting the whip for this weapon. I love when the game slows down. It's great for your timing. I'm glad you guys enjoyed last night's stream. It was originally, we were talking about maybe doing... Hey, Big Keith, how are you? We were talking about maybe doing Genesis, but I didn't have everything ready to go, so we last minute decided to go back to regular NES, and I think we had a lot of fun doing that. I think the NES stream last night was better than the one we did prior, which I had really wasn't COVID symptomatic, but I had just tested positive, so maybe I just wasn't really feeling 100%, and it showed through that, but I really didn't feel that way. Anyway, those games that we tried that other night didn't go so well, I don't think. I had a lot of trouble with them. But last night was fun. And we were going to try to beat TMNT 1 last night, but we never got around to it. There were plenty of donations to keep us busy. But that will happen. I've been told I've beaten it. I think Tyler has footage of it. But really, it's like a blur to me. I don't remember at all ever beating that game. I remember getting to the Technodrome boss. Well, Technodrome was the boss, I guess. But I don't remember dealing with Shredder until he showed me a video not too long ago. And I was quite surprised. Oh, so maybe I could get up here now. Okay. Oh, great. 5 extra jewels. Like that mattered. I guess it's alright. That's a cool special. Yeah, TMNT 1. So, watching the footage he had where I played it and beat it, I didn't realize, I guess I must have forgotten, that you can actually, if you lose a turtle, you can find them in the stage, so you get the life back. And things like pizzas will regenerate if you keep going in and out of the area. So there are ways that you can manipulate the game to, let's save this item. You can manipulate the game so that you can last longer, and maybe I did that. I mean, I definitely saw that happening in the video. I'll have to look into it. I may practice a little bit of it just to make sure it's a fun run and not just a bloodbath. Because that game, from what I remember, is rather tough. And I haven't played it in about, I'll say, probably 27 or 8 years. Thanks, Tyler. We're trying as Eric now. So yeah, like I was saying, I had gotten through most of this game prior, but I never had enough lives to get to Dracula, but it's kind of a shame seeing that. I don't think he was really that hard in the end. It took a couple of lives from me, but the pattern was rather simple. I remember one Christmas when Tyler was over, he ended up getting Tournament Fighter, Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. And that was a really fun game that we used to play. Not one I had, but I think that would be really fun to have on the Switch online. You play with your friends. Didn't they release something similar recently? I thought they had a brawler type of Turtles game that came out recently. Based on like the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. So Tyler makes these videos about growing up and nostalgia and all that, and you know, like for me, those are all closed chapters in my life. So I know you guys enjoy seeing all that, but it's just as much fun for me to see it and relive it through his retelling of it. And you know, maybe like many of you, you moved on from gaming or at least retro gaming. Maybe you have families now, you don't play as much. That's definitely my case, right? But try to make it a point to put in at least an hour a night. I always have at least an hour to myself. Sometimes I'll watch something, play a game for a little bit, watch something while I'm playing it. If it's a game that doesn't require much concentration, like maybe an RPG and I'm grinding levels. But, you know, I always tried to keep that in there. I always liked having challenges. And for me, gaming was always about overcoming the challenges. Anyone could play a game, but unless you're challenging yourself to keep going and to finish the game and to try the next difficulty or go for a high score or, you know, whatever it is. Like you saw earlier, I'm doing this run just for trophies. That's another, although I'll say it's very wearing on me, sort of challenge I go for, trophy hunting. There's a lot of satisfaction in that, and it's interesting, a lot of adults who aren't into gaming don't quite understand it. But the ones who are into gaming, they get it. They totally understand what it's about. And it's not about being juvenile and liking a toy from your youth or something like that. It's like so much deeper. People like books, people like movies, people like music. And especially lately, gaming is definitely a competitive form of media against those others. When I first, Big Keith asked, when I first saw my Retro Life, did it make me cry? No, it didn't. I think Tyler has a good way of framing the stories so that they could be emotional, but I was, you know, I watch them with a smile on my face. They don't really make me sad. That time of my life is gone. I get it. I'm glad that we can recount it. And like I said, I still play games, and, you know, I don't necessarily want to get my daughter into games. I want her to really, if she wants to, she can. And she's well aware that they're there. And she likes, you know, Mickey Mouse type games like Castle of Illusion. She doesn't know how to play it, but she just likes having Mickey jump. So, like, there's a little bit of magic in that for her as well, which is the same type I had. There's so much more nowadays, I think kids get preoccupied with. But for us, it was gaming. But yeah, didn't get emotional really about the series, although I think that the way it's told could definitely be emotional for some. Plus, a lot of those videos I've seen, because, you know, there were always VHS tapes that our families would send back and forth. You know, he's showing stuff his dad took. Now, we took video as well, not nearly as much, but I'm kind of curious what videos are lying around that he has from our family. My family, like immediate family. And I think he showed some of them in one of the recent videos. It was during like a snowstorm in New York. just want to catch up here on this chat. Manny, what are your feelings on RoboCop for NES? Never played it, so I don't know. What about Lethal Enforcers? Yeah, all right. So I like Lethal Enforcers a lot. I like the light gun games. When I got back into gaming, I played like when I went to college, I didn't play many games, but then I started picking up NES games on eBay, and one of the ones I got was Gumshoe. I had the light gun already just lying around, and I really just got into light gun games again. And Lethal Enforcers, I really liked that when we played it. We had it on Sega CD. What else do we got? Am I getting Horizon Forbidden West? Probably not, because I have not yet played the first Horizon. I'm kind of picky. Like, I tend to... I want to play games like that, but I don't have too much time to devote to a heavy story game. And for me, if I can't really get much progress in gameplay right away, I start getting tired because it's late when I start. And it's a struggle. So then I end up putting it on the back burner. I have to really, really be interested in it. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice is one that I want to get into, but it just is a little bit slow starting. So I do have to get back to that. Right now I'm going through the Medium, which is... It's almost like a point-and-click adventure, the way it plays. Maybe kind of like Until Dawn, but that one's taking a lot of patience for me because there's not much action in it. You know, there's a lot of exploration, a lot of backtracking, and yeah, just I have to have a lot of time and not really... I can't be tired going into it. But my goal is to get it done before midway through the month because they're yanking it off of Game Pass. They told us at the start of the month that they're pulling it. So it's one I wanted to try, so I just forced myself to get through it. In fact, that's what I would be playing if I wasn't doing this right now. Oh, look at that, Tyler. Thank you. That's a really cool trick. Hold the button, hold the attack button and push back on the D-pad. That is really good. Hey Keith, Manny, my favorite in retro life when your dad took your money on Christmas '94 and you and him started wrestling. Did we? I'll have to go watch that one. I'll have to find it. There's a lot of episodes to go through, but I'm sure I can narrow it down. I'll just ask Tyler what the game of the month was for that. He's got a really good memory. Like when, you guys don't get it, but when we talk about like these old videos, and he just like knows the year and what happened and what was received as a gift and if they were over in New York or not. It's amazing. He's got such a good chronologic memory. These Minotaurs. Kind of want to play Altered Beast. Sega CD episode, huh? Alright. Thanks, I'll check it out after. You know, it'd be fun. I don't know how well it would work, but we should almost do like a... Tyler, we should almost do like a viewing party. Me, you, and Mikey. And we just like watch an episode and comment on it. Because I feel like, you know, there's so much that we could say. We have your perspective, sure, but I think Mikey and I could offer some good insight into some of those episodes that involve us, at least. Yeah, I did the super jump earlier, so I'm going to do that now because I do want to see what's up here. I'm wondering how high it could go. If it wraps around, or does it just keep climbing? Yeah, I think that would be fun, and we could like my suggestion would be like a live stream thing maybe, and then just put on the main channel later as like commentary. But like we could all just discuss it, and you guys could maybe Q&A live, something like that. All right, I do wish I had the axe. I passed that by. I should have taken it. I really would like some meat. So I'm not seeing any breakable walls. So I guess there's no meat available. And I don't think we're going to get another chance for meat because we're going to be going outside and jumping on those platforms. Yeah, I think a commentary would be fun because Tyler and I talk about these episodes after they air plenty of times, and he gets my thoughts on the episode, or we just recount it. And yeah, I think that would be fun. We should definitely give it a shot. Get Mikey involved, get his perspective. Yeah, I think I would try to go to a convention with Tyler. That would be fun. I guess it depends on where it is, really. But I think Tyler's been invited to conventions all over the place, so it's one out in the Northeast, then probably have an easier time doing it. But we can see. We'll see what happens. That would be fun. Yeah, I had mentioned yesterday I'd only started going to those a couple of, 3 years before the pandemic hit. And it was such a joy to actually go to one. I didn't know that there was one on Long Island. I found out from a friend who said, hey, you want to go to this thing? I'm like, all right. Don't really know what it would be like. And it's been doing great every year. It's the Long Island Retro Game Expo. Got a couple of games, some old Game Boy games I got. Every year that I did go, I ended up getting artwork. Yeah, so I have this Final Fantasy. Whoops. This Final Fantasy canvas print. I do have a Castlevania one. It's behind green screen here, so I can't really show you. But there's a Donkey Kong one, a Maniac Mansion, a Castlevania, a Japanese box art one. But every year it's like a tradition. I'll try to pick up one or two of those. That was bad. Ooh, look at that. Right into me. Long Island Expo, I think, is pretty crowded. Hopefully they they do it at this aviation museum, and every time I've gone, man, you have to get there real early if you want to get in and actually be able to do something. Otherwise, you'll be online for a while. But in terms of booths and stuff, I do know that it's pretty packed, so I just don't know if they have room. They might expand, who knows. But, you know, maybe, I don't know if you can reach out to them even, or... I don't know how the whole convention circuit works, if you get invited or if you have to apply. This guy's definitely feeling a handicap for me. Mad Schmupper asks, do you ever play using arcade sticks? No, I haven't since I had the NES Advantage. I've found the D-pad controller style to be so much better than the arcade sticks, although the arcade sticks are good for some things, of course, but a game like this, no way. There's just too much time between moving left to right. You can't have good response time with that. But if you want to throw a Hadouken, yeah, definitely I would use an arcade stick. Or like the Zangief spinning pile driver. Most definitely. Oh look, they're throwing from behind the fence. That's not nice. I think, like, that reminds me of, I think it was Shinobi 3 had guys behind the fence. It was one of the Shinobi games and you had to, like, jump behind the fence to get them. It was a game where you could do a double jump and it basically would, put you into the background or back into the foreground. I'm not going to be able to get up there. I got it. Alright, good. So there was a one up here, I think. Alright. It's got to be a pixel-perfect jump, huh? Ah, man. Maybe I can't do it with this guy. I don't know. Oh, of course. I have to run and do it. Can't judge my position on the ledge when I'm running, but I managed to get it the first time. Hey, Keith, I think you've been messaging me on PlayStation. I'm sorry if I haven't responded. I generally don't play too often, and then when I do, I have messages mostly muted. So I didn't mean to... If you think I'm ignoring you, I just really haven't seen the messages. I've been mostly playing Switch and Xbox lately. Yeah, NES Advantage for controlling Statue of Liberty, and that's exactly what I thought about when someone, I don't remember who it was asking about the arcade sticks, because it made me think of the Advantage, which made me think of Ghostbusters 2. It was such a small, stupid cameo, but as a kid I was like so thrilled to see that. Got it. Oh, hey, look, a secret wall over there. Don't know if I could get there with this guy though, because it looks like I would have to latch onto the ceiling and swing. Maybe for another run through someday. Maybe get that one up again too. Alright, sorry. Just trying to read. Alright, so got the one up, so I technically made up for my death. Oh, you know what? Let's get an item while we're here. Boomerang. Sure. So, a bunch of friends and I played a game called Vermintide in the Warhammer series. It's a really fun game. If you like Left 4 Dead, it's like Left 4 Dead with melee weapons, and you're fighting these plague rats. Very, very tough, requiring a lot of cooperation, but so rewarding when you actually do beat it. We're probably going to start up Back 4 Blood soon too, which I tried some of that. That was fun as well. I always like those co-op shooter types. There's always something about that co-op aspect where you're like, I'm focusing on this thing in front of me, and you're just trusting that your teammates have your back. So, you know, you're kind of fixated on your target, and you just have this level of trust. You know, when it works out, it's great. Unless you're playing with Mikey and he tries to throw you off a ledge or shoot you. When Mikey and I would play, we had friends over, and Mikey and I would and the friends were playing New Super Mario Brothers U, I guess, the Wii U version. And he he totally grabs people and throws them off the ledge. Like, it's like, come on, man, it's not Smash Brothers. What are you doing? Anyway. Oh, no. I panicked. Oops. Yeah, Mikey will toss you off a ledge. I suspect he'll also screen cheat if you're playing a split screen game. Deathmatch game or something. I don't have hard evidence for that. I know one of his friends totally cheats all the time. I guess I've done it too. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I think we've all screen cheated once or twice. Actually, there's a game from last gen that actually, I think it's called Screen Cheat, where the whole point of the game is to play in split screen mode and cheat off of other people's screens in order to, I guess, to win. It's a competitive game. It'd be cool if I could actually slide under this. So I know I've been on like this Castlevania tear lately, but what would you guys like to see completed in a night like this where it's just me without Tyler? Is there any game in particular? It doesn't have to be Castlevania based. But I have a whole backlog of games. I was thinking of exploring them in this format live. Maybe not completing them, but at least starting them or ending them. I think we're at the boss. It's the Gearhead boss. Yeah, this guy's cake. We shouldn't have a problem here. So Eric is definitely weaker. I guess he makes up for it with his versatility, being able to attack up and down and do this cool little twirl attack. Oh, too slow. And he's dead. Cliffhanger Sega CD. Alright, wait, I gotta read these. So, Kaze and the Wild Mask. We could try that. I've never played it. DuckTales, please, please. Yeah, we could do DuckTales. We could do the remastered one, too, if you want. Punisher, huh? Okay, no, I never played that one. Well, I could try it. Anything I'm interested in? Sure. Streets of Rage, we could do that. Final Fight CD, we could do that. Metroid. No, we could probably get... Metroid games, they reward you for being able to speedrun them, so it's definitely possible. Not that I could maybe do it in 2 hours, but I think Metroid 1, Super Metroid, probably you could get through in a night. Maybe even Metroid 2. What else is there? Cliffhanger. Yeah, that one I'd like to do. We'll have to skip the cutscenes and probably turn off the music, though. I think Sony... I once made a video with gameplay of that, and they just, like, struck it down hard. I don't monetize anything, but they really were just out for blood with that. Bart's Nightmare. Yeah, I don't know. I like that one Simpsons game we played the other night. What was it? Krusty's Funhouse? It's like a puzzle game. Malta Master asked, why have you all been streaming at this time? Well, family obligations. I would be I would not be a good parent and spouse, husband, if I did this midday. So for me, it's the time I have free. Everyone's in bed. I'd like to get started a little earlier, but there's always something I'm dealing with in terms of configuration. Tonight, for instance, I was having trouble getting the audio to stream out. Usually when we do the NES videos, we're just capturing footage from RetroArch running on my computer. But this is coming from my PS5 through an Elgato, and for whatever reason, the audio wasn't picking up, and I had to mess with that for about a half hour, and then I quickly slapped together a thumbnail. So, these things put some delays into it. And lately I feel like everything we do starts at 11 o'clock my time. It's a little bit later than I'd like, but it's not terrible. But also, I feel like the feedback-wise, that time's been working with a lot of people. If I had to change anything, I'd say maybe just an hour earlier I would start. But I've got no problem going into the night. Plus, it's available to watch afterward as well. Yeah, the way I figure it is most of the viewers are probably going to be similar ages to Tyler and myself. So you probably have similar responsibilities. And you might have the same hours free during a night. But, if I had the ability to do it during the day, I probably would. Maybe not for such a long consecutive block, but maybe like an hour or something here or there. Oh, this guy. Alright, so I'm gonna get... You know what? Yeah, let me pull him back before the guy behind me spawns. He didn't spawn this time. How about that? There was an axe armor that came up right behind me last time I played through this. guys are so annoying. I don't know. The one enemy that... Do I enjoy playing as Eric more? No. Definitely not. Tyler, I liked John Morris better. Okay. How the heck am I going to do this? Can I go up to the ceiling? Is there a double jump or something I don't know about? Do I have to go up here, maybe? Maybe there's like another path. Ah, look at that. There is another path. I'm assuming this is a separate path. I was wondering how to get up there earlier. I saw the ledges, but it didn't look like there was a way up. And what I'd really appreciate is an extra life. Yeah, so I prefer the standard whip. It definitely, like I was saying, Castlevania 3, I don't like playing as the other characters. They're good for certain situations, but in terms of fighting bosses, I would rather just play with the whip. Lecarde's great if you want to just skip ahead. Rant is good if you want to also skip ahead. Jumps higher. It's nice. But for me, like, I guess just... Oh, alright, I see where I am now. I saw this before. I was trying to get up. Alright, quickly, let's get to the next area. Yeah, I was trying to get up the way I came down earlier with John Morris. I thought maybe there was a secret up there. Anyone here watching whose name is John Morris? Doesn't seem that uncommon. Look at this, I'm going on 1 health. He also is like this, you look at the spear, it kind of like flares out right before it hits the guy, so I notice I've been able to hit above and below the spear when it extends. Like, I don't think I was able to hit these guys with the whip the same way I am with the spear. Oh, the Segway guy got me. Good pizza places in my area. Pretty much any of them, honestly. I don't know if we have a favorite. We've bounced around a lot. There's one, Umberto's. That's pretty good. But pretty much either a stone's throw away from some pizzeria. Wherever you go out here. And they're all, like I was saying, they're all pretty good. This guy with his Gatling gun arm. He's like Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Let's see if this strategy still works. Yeah, I guess so. I think we're going to be here for a while, though. You can only get 1 hit in. 2 hits in. Alright, maybe not. found the sweet spot. You know, it's interesting. I think I put playing this game off for so long because there's a level of, especially these old games, there's a level of trial and error, and you're just beating your head against the wall, and you have to start over when you run out of continues and go all the way back. And so typically a game like this that you can get through in, I don't know, an hour maybe. The first time through, you know, it takes much longer. Sometimes I just don't have the time and patience these days for that. I'm glad I gave this one a shot again, though. This is the moth lady. She's not that bad. This weapon really works well. I'm able to hit her just by stabbing up. Nice, that was easy. Going back to chat. Mad Schmupper said, I heard you say you've been frequenting the Switch of late. What game or games have you been into? Yeah, I started Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'd like to get back to that. I really didn't get too far into it, but that's another game again. Like, when you're doing all the stuff at the school, it takes a while before you're all done with that if you want to be thorough and make sure you're doing everything. I enjoy the fights in that game, but I really, because of all the downtime in between the fights, I haven't gotten too far. But I am working on Pikmin 3, and I got a nice backlog of games to go to as well. I think it was called Ion Fury is one of the ones that I'd like to play next. It's I think it was done with the Duke Nukem engine, 3D Realms engine. It's a shooter. Looks really good. Did I get a platinum for Cuphead? No, I didn't. I did not. I have that on Switch, but I never picked it up on PlayStation. That would be hard to do, definitely. I never did finish it on Switch. I have to wrap that one up. What was your all-time favorite God of War game in the series? Big Keith asked, and that would be the new one, the new God of War, the reboot, or rather the new series. I really like that a lot. Before that, I think God of War 2 was my favorite. I played through 1, 2, halfway through 3. Didn't really care too much for it. I guess the formula was a bit tiring at that point. I did the Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus as well. I enjoyed all of those at the time. But then when I played the new one, just God of War, the one with the Norse mythology. Was it Norse? I think it was. That one I really enjoyed. It was really fun doing the fighting in that game. And you know, it was good to go from this dude who's just always angry and his default mode is pissed off to just, you know, a little bit more humble, even though he still has that edge to him. Kratos, that is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this sequel. Could have said my all-time favorite God of War game was Destruction All-Stars, or was it? No, PlayStation All-Stars. Nah, I never even played that, but I think he was in that. He was a playable character. I also used Kratos a lot in Mortal Kombat 9. He was one of the playable characters for the PlayStation version. Dude just ran right at me. Bull rushed me. Alright, I think this is it. Yep, stairway. So now we have death, we have that woman, and then Dracula. And there's a couple of phases to each fight. But before I jump into this, let's just wrap up on the chat so don't leave you guys hanging for this long encounter. I'd rather watch... Eaton Donut says, I'd rather watch you beat all these old games, Manny, so I don't have to. Yeah, sure. I enjoy playing these most of all because I think, for the most part, you can get through them within the length of a stream that we typically do. And, like, as much as I want to do some other games, more modern games, it would definitely, if I wanted to do it justice, I'd have to probably stream, like, so many hours a night over so many nights to complete it. You know, nowadays games are up to 20 hours, if not longer. And let's see. And that was it. All right. That's all I'll say. I think now we'll try to wrap this run up. I don't think we'll have any trouble. So far, all the other bosses have been pretty simple with this character. I wonder if video games have the the game equivalent of the Wilhelm scream that you hear in movies. That "ah" scream that you hear. Like, there's got to be some sort of game sound effect that every game uses. And not just, like, Konami games. Like, the one thing that I always hear in a Konami game that rings a bell is the sound that you hear from attacking a weak point in a game like Life Force or Contra or Gradius. It's always that same, like, pew, 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 pew sound. Uh-oh, not looking good. Alright. I think we got some meat last time after we beat this boss, so maybe we'll get it this time. But it looks like it depends on which card I hit when those cards spin around him. Yeah, meat. Perfect timing. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting game. I went from liking Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, standard one. Never really played Turbo so much, or Hyper. But anyway, Street Fighter 2 in my youth, and then Mortal Kombat later. But not the digital, like, rotoscoped Mortal Kombats, but instead the ones that started back on the Xbox, which I think was Deadly Alliance. That one I liked a lot, and then I really liked Mortal Kombat 9 a lot. And I've played 11 and 10. They're alright. Haven't played them as much as I played Mortal Kombat 9, though. I know, I lucked out, right, Tyler? that was perfect. So it looked like the card showed, I don't know, like some maiden or something on it. So I'll have to keep that in mind. So these cards all have different pictures. These are two. It's a death card. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do a Commodore 64 stream one day. There's so many awesome games on that. Yeah, this is strange because I guess I can't do an up whipping. Can't whip upwards, so I have to. I can't really reach him. I wonder if that would hurt him if I did the mega jump. So if you ever had a Commodore 64, even like an old DOS computer, half the battle is being able to run the game, especially DOS, where you have to make sure you have enough memory available. And there are ways to do that, making boot disks to only load what you need to load in order to get the game to run, and then even still, you'd have to get lucky. And then there's the compatibility with graphics and audio drivers. Man, when you got one of those games working, though, it was a great day. And like, I feel the same way with Commodore. It's very much a procedure that you had to work on before actually playing the game. Not to mention, those old Commodore games would take tens of minutes to load sometimes. I'll write this. C64, definitely that, you know, I had said that Atari was my first console, sure. My parents owned one and I played it from there. And they also had a Commodore 64, which I used more for learning to program with Commodore Basic that was on there at the time than I did for gaming. But the gaming was always inspiring, because the games are just so much more advanced than sometimes even what you'd see on NES. Like even like the Ghostbusters game on Commodore, the one thing that was better than the NES one was it had better voice synthesis, and there's a little karaoke thing at the start where you could sing along to the Ghostbusters theme. I don't think you could get away with that on the NES, doing something like that. Okay, I think I need to do 3 more rounds of this one. So there's a game on Commodore that was basically a ripoff of Mario called, I think it was like Gianna Sisters or something like that. It's actually been re-released. It's a pretty good platformer. But they don't take their levels from Mario 1 anymore, Super Mario Brothers. But I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Was that Ohm Dome? Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of fun games on C64. There's one called Feud, I think it was. And basically you were an alchemist and you had to fight against another alchemist by running around the map and finding herbs and making like poisons and potions and stuff like that. Magic spells. It was a really cool game. There was Below the Root, which was it's kind of like action-adventure RPG game. You know what? I want to keep the axe, so I'm not going to pick that up. Master of Magic was another one. Felt like a dungeon crawl, though, really, It really wasn't. A fun RPG game, though. The Last Gladiator was another one I had, which, that one was just like an arena combat game. You'd fight different... You're like a Roman gladiator, and you'd fight all these different mythical creatures. So I wonder if I'll be able to do this. After this form, he will turn into that wizard. I think the wizard was pretty easy. So it's just the fire crotch demon-looking guy. It's like something out of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I think that's the only one that's going to give me trouble. Actually, the wizard might give me trouble because I can't do that diagonal attack from, I can't jump up to do that. Oh, okay. I impaled myself. Hey, but we're doing a lot better than we did with James Morris. Before we do this, a little bit of stretching. You can't hear it, but things cracked. All right. At least the chairman is comfortable. Yes, I would love to do Little Nemo. I actually was playing that the other day. I was just going through the ROMs I had, and I stopped on that one for a while, and I was playing it. So I'd love to actually pick that up and try to beat it. Never beat that. I did have it as a kid and all, but I never beat it. I think it was just too long a game to complete in one sitting. And, you know, having Mikey around, he also would play the NES, so we couldn't leave games on really too long. Yeah, we were testing Little Nemo last night to test the stream out. We had that one loaded. Yeah, I really do. I want to do that. Maybe that'll be one of these Saturday runs. Or maybe, I'm not sure what we'll do next Friday, but I'll say it, there's a lot that we have in the can that we can, ideas in the can that we could work on. Damn. I could also go through Kid Dracula one night. I did that one recently. That was fun. What a weird game that is. So this pattern is pretty simple. Looks like I can squeeze in between the second and third sights there. And here he is. Get him pegged up against the wall. Alright, now he starts throwing the bones, right? Yeah, that was easy. I definitely got through this faster with Eric Lecarde, is it? But I would have preferred to have the whip. Nothing but the whip. All right, yeah, we were gonna do a Super Nintendo stream next time. That'll be fun. Yeah, you're a little late, IO pal. But maybe, we'll see what, maybe I'll do just something small to make it worth your time. I'm kind of curious what game I'm missing here that I didn't get credit for completing, so I'm gonna go through that list. I don't know if we need to see the credit roll again. So let's back out. Let's save it just in case I didn't get credit for the clear. So, you know what? Maybe I didn't finish Simon's Quest on here. Actually, a good way to check is to go to the trophy list. Find out. So let's see, complete all games. That's the one I'm going for. Play each game I got. Complete Castlevania, number 2, number 3. Kid Dracula, Castlevania 4, The Adventure, Belmont, Bloodlines. So that's all of them. Don't know what I'm missing, but that's unfortunate. I might have to just load up the save game. Maybe I'm at the end of some of them. No save game there. Can't do that one. No save game there. Can't do that one. It's surprising. I usually keep a save at the end. Yes, Sayapao. I did beat the game twice. Once with each character. You know what? You want to see this game? Belmont's Revenge? I think I could beat this maybe under an hour. Why not? This is one of my first Game Boy games, so I definitely put a lot of time into it. Because this and Mario Land 2 were really all I had for a while. And this game has incredible music. Especially when you think about the little crusty Game Boy with its green screen, green filter on the white and black screen. One thing it did well is the music. So I actually want to change the controls here. Whip, jump. There we go. Maybe I didn't beat this one, even though it says I have credit, because I should have had a changed control profile, and I didn't. So we'll see. We'll beat it. Yeah, the thing I didn't like about the Game Boy games, though, is the movement is really slow. So you see how slow it is for me to walk across the room here. And I suppose, I like to think that the reason that is so that the game takes longer to finish. You want the color screen? I don't know. People might start throwing up if you see that. Oops. We could try it. Let's see. Let's go with... You want color filter or dot matrix? This is going to be... I'm warning you. I don't know how appeasing this is. It makes me want to throw up. But we could... You want the green one? Really? Alright. I'll tell you what, I'll change it after this stage. We'll go back and forth. I like the Super Game Boy look that they had on the bottom row of display styles. Yeah, so I don't know if you probably can't see it on the stream, but you definitely see the dots on my screen here. I'm guessing with the stream compression, it's going to all blend in. But yeah, individual dots. Yeah, I know the contrast is really poor on this one. I'll change it at the end of the stage. We'll beat the level. We'll go to a different one. I personally prefer the black and white look. I think you can go up on one of these. Yep, this one. So each stage has a hidden area like this. Get some meat in this one. A heart. Whoa, go fast. So that's a one-hit kill right there. Or a one-hit wonder, as Tyler would say. Look at the time. I have about, I guess I had 500 seconds. Maybe more, if that was from the start of the stage. Do you think you really need that much time? Actually, someone earlier was mentioning versus Castlevania, which that game, in the first couple of stages, has a brutal time limit. You're typically at the boss and you hear the countdown clock beeping. So there's no room for error. But the weird thing is that the later levels, 4, 5, and 6, they give you plenty of time. More time than you need. First time I played Castlevania The Adventure was I played the Rebirth version on the Wii. I later played the Game Boy one on this collection here. I think Legends I never actually played. Castlevania Legends. That was the other Game Boy game. The cephalopod. So if you get hit by that thing's balls that it shoots out, you actually downgrade your weapon. Alright, boss time. If you have headphones on like I do now, you'll hear stereo ping-ponging back and forth with the beat here, with the theme that's playing. Now I wonder if these games are easier because we have better controls, or in the case of Game Boy, better lighting, better screen. But like, you see the mechanics here, they're not really that difficult. But I remember this game gave me trouble growing up. Manny, how do you feel about games coming out with no physical manuals? Have you pretty much accepted digital-only way of life? Yeah, I've accepted it, but I still cling on to, I'll buy Switch games physically. I think they hold their value really well, too. But I know the day is coming. I don't buy physical media for anything else. I think it's really cool that Limited Run will put out Game Boy and NES carts. They'll actually produce and re-release some games, like Toki, I think. Toki, I think, was one of them. Alright, yeah, we were going to change this. We can do color filter this time. Ah, alright, that's a little better. That's a little better. Maybe we'll do the rest of it like this. Unless there's an objection. And you really, really want that green look. It's kind of cool. It has like almost like hieroglyphics in the background. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so your question had to do with the manuals. I like having the manuals. I don't. So to me, it was always just about the artwork, not really about the content of it and learning how to play, because you pick that up. And especially nowadays, you get like a soft walkthrough of any game that you play. They teach you the controls slowly as you need them. But yeah, it's a lost art form, definitely. I kind of wish that it wasn't something that stopped. The worst part is now you start seeing, like, even the boxes. There's really, you get the cover art and that's great, but there's no, a lot of times you don't get like any inlay artwork. I always like that as well. Yeah. There are good sites out there that preserve the manuals. So you can find like full color versions of the manuals as a PDF, which is always fun to look at. Yes, Ayapao. This is what it would look like on Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color was great. I used to love messing around with the color palettes. Ah, dude, that was a lot of health I lost for miscalculating that jump. See you, Keith. There are also sites out there, I think there's a site called Retro Mags, that have old magazines, like old Nintendo Powers, that you can download or view. I do know that they have a paid tier, which I think you have a download limit otherwise. But if you just want to like browse some of those... Great, I can't see. Alright, there we go. So I guess I shouldn't break the candles, right? But Retro Mags is pretty cool to go through some of those old Nintendo Powers. I remember every month when I would get a Nintendo Power magazine, I'd always open up to the high scores area just to see if Tyler's name was in there for a game. But then, now that I think about it, I never even sent in the high score for myself. So, you know, it would be like really out of the way to do. Gotta get the perfect picture and then mail it off and hope that your score is high enough. And typically, you know, I never went for high scores. My whole gaming style has changed over the years, where I always used to play on like easy and use extra life codes. So like a lot of what you see when we're playing on the videos might have been like with an extra life code or something like that, or infinite continues. Didn't really have a Game Genie, so it was always something that was built into the game. But since then, I've come to appreciate being able to do it without having the aid of those different modes to just organically and naturally beat the game. Definitely harder. I had, I don't know when, I guess when we got the NES, maybe there was a voucher to sign up for, it was the predecessor to Nintendo Power. I don't remember what it was called. It's like a player's, not like player's guide. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a couple of magazines, and I think it evolved into what would become Nintendo Power. But I remember I'd gotten like every Nintendo Power for years, until I finally just stopped getting them. But the day that would come every month, man, that was a treat. I would come home from school and pick up the mail out of the mailbox, and when it was a Nintendo Power delivery, it was just so great to have. Flip through, see the cover art, especially like the cover art. Right away, I'd go into the area for, I don't know. What did I look at first? I think I looked at the games coming soon. That was close. Yeah, EGM was the next one I had gotten involved with, and then finally I had PlayStation Magazine, I think. Or Xbox Magazine. No, I think it was Xbox because I had some demos. And that was fun. Yeah, I had some demo discs from that. First played Splinter Cell on the Xbox through a demo disc through the magazine, which is probably my favorite game on old Xbox. Mark Staten, you're asking, have we ever called the Nintendo hotline? Yes, we have. I don't remember all the games I called for. I didn't call it often. There was a game, Brainlord, on Super Nintendo. It was a top-down adventure RPG. And I remember I called because Mikey and I were trying to 100% the game, I guess. And they made reference in the manual to an item that never made it into the game. It was some, like, gravity boots or something. It lets you fly over pits. So we wasted, I don't know, whatever it was, $5 to call up to find out that, oh yeah, that never made it into the game. Didn't get a refund on that call, but we did call for that. I want to say we called for Batman for the Firebug boss that he gave us trouble. Tyler, you'll know better because you were there when it happened. But I think we called for that. Maybe Roger Rabbit? I'm not sure. Jay Mixon, weren't you saying that you were stealing manuals too? What else are you stealing? A little kleptomania never hurt anyone, I guess. I know we definitely called for Batman for Firebug. It's Roger Rabbit I'm not so sure about. That's why, I'm glad you asked me to play that the other night and we were able to beat it. Because that is really... I was even saying, like, I don't think I legitimately won it. We ended up beating it with save states at one point. But to actually win it legitimately was a real fun thing to do that other night. feel like I keep hearing something outside of my headphones, but it's just something to do with the music. It's just for whatever reason, it's displacing the sound like it's behind me. Temple of Doom, huh? Alright. That's gonna be a hard one, definitely. See, oh no! Okay, good. Batman's a good game. Temple of Doom, I don't know if it was a good game. I'm on the fence about that. I feel like it's very easy to get lost in Temple of Doom, and for that reason, it's like an artificial difficulty that kept knocking us down. I wonder whose eyeballs these are. Do they belong to someone? Alright, I'll have to go down. I had to go down anyway. Couldn't stay up there. Okay. But I did lose my whip upgrade. That's too bad. Yeah, but like, you know, you see see these massive eyeballs. Who do they belong to? I guess like some sort of cyclops or something like that. Oh no, we don't want to kill them because we need to let them drop down so we can use their silk as a means of getting across. Oh, that's close. Giant eyeballs. Alright, here we go. Ah, touched the eyeball. Wonder if there's a secret up here. Nope. Alright, got our whip upgrade back. Oh, yeah, this should be pretty easy. Especially because I have the axe, so I can pretty much hang back. Yeah, the axe works pretty well here. As Duke Nukem would say, yeah, piece of cake. Alright. Last stage, well, last selectable stage before the final stages. I think this stage has my favorite music in the game. No, it doesn't. It must be the next one. Take it back. Oh, this is good. How you like that? I threw the axe right over, right over that torch. The candle. I missed it completely. Mad Schmupper asks, if I could get one game ported over to Switch, which one would it be? Now, are we just saying ported or maybe a remake? So there's a game that is really tough for me that I think would do good getting a re-release or like a remake, and that is Solstice, which is an isometric 2D, 3D puzzle game. There's a Super Nintendo game called Equinox that was the sequel to it, and that game played really well and was a lot more manageable. But Solstice, very tough game, and that's because mostly dealing with some of the limitations of the NES. I'd like for that to be re-released, maybe with enhancements to make it play a little bit better. If we're just talking about something that might come on to, say, Switch Online, NES game, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the games I like already are on there. One of the games that keeps getting released on the Virtual Console and all that is City Connection by Jalico, which I don't know why, I just like that game. It's an arcade game. You drive around in this car, you have to basically cover all the terrain with the car. It turns it white, something like that. So you keep track of how much terrain you've covered. Eventually you cover it all, you move to the next stage. There are hazards and police can come after you, and there's a cat that if you hit the cat with your car, it just like flies off. Yeah, but I really don't know. I was more into, like, as much as I enjoy NES games, I think Super Nintendo is the better one to have games ported over, and there are a ton of great games on that. Lemmings, Gods, Baseball 2000, Baseball. Spin Dizzy Worlds was fun. We had the Lord of the Rings game, which never beat that, but I got pretty far into it. There's just so many great RPGs. Like, any of those, the Square Enix, or rather at that time Enix RPGs, should come over. I don't know why they don't embrace those, but they seem to be re-releasing older titles. So maybe those are on the way. I don't know. There was, I mentioned Brainlord already, Paladin's Quest, Illusion of Gaia. Robotrek was a fun RPG as well. Seventh Saga, how could I forget that one? It was actually a very difficult RPG. I think you can break the game a little bit if you... So the mechanic in that is you have to find these 7 runes. And if you come across other people who are playable characters that you could pick from the start of the game, but if you don't pick them, they're basically just NPCs that you interact with. But they compete with you for these runes, so they'll actually fight you. Some will join you, some will fight you for the runes. And if you level up too high or don't have the right partner... Oh, I shouldn't have taken that secret. If you don't have the right partner, you level up too high, they actually become unbeatable. And if they take your rune, you can't get it back. So you have to play that game a little bit carefully. Generally, I think you don't want to pick a fight with anyone. Oh, dude, come on. Terranigma is a good one, too. Was that my first death on this whole run? I think it was. I have 5 lives. Probably was my first death. They brought back Stunt Race FX, which I guess runs as well as it did back then, but it runs like really poorly. The Switch one on Switch Online. I'm assuming that's running normally though. And that is one of the Polygon games. I think they had the Super Effects chip in that as well. Alright, so last time I went up the secret area. We're not going to do that because that got me killed replaying the area I just climbed up. So instead, we will just go in the door. Well, simple enough, but I couldn't figure out how to dodge that one attack. Or how to drop down without taking damage. I guess he had to be shorter. Alright, so we're going into the final stretch. We're going up to, I think the castle has a couple of sections in it. But shouldn't be a problem. What was that? I don't know. Thought I heard something. So yeah, this is a short game. Even though there are passwords, I guess it was just meant to be played in a single sitting. Especially on the Game Boy, which had, maybe you didn't always have the AC adapter nearby. Yeah, this music I like. It's probably my favorite song in this game. And maybe it's because I heard it a lot as I learned to beat this game, because I would keep dying and replaying this stage. But you'd think that would make me hate it, but no. I wonder what's in there. Ah, just a heart. Alright. Sometimes I regret not getting these extra torches, extra candles. Some of these stages are long. The boss in this stage actually used to give me a hard time. I think I figured it out. Shouldn't be a problem now. So, little tip there. You can only have 2 of those orbs on the screen at a time. So sometimes it actually pays to let them just bounce around. Yes, I'm very paranoid. I keep hearing things. Maybe it's the whole Castlevania mood. Maybe it's the being 2 in the morning. That's it. A heart. That's all you have from... Okay. Neat. Good. That was worth it. All right. Game Boy also had that good Mega Man X remake on it, Maverick Hunter X1 and 2. Game Boy? What? Are you talking about like Game Boy Advance, maybe? Whoa, I did not know about that. First time. Didn't know that there was a 1-up in that ceiling. I don't know if that was a secret area. I think there's really only one secret area, and I found it with the meat earlier. Look at this. Get off me. By secret area, I assume you mean like a new screen that you can go to. Balloon Kid on Game Boy is fun. Is that the, yeah. Balloon Kid, I thought it was like Balloon World or something like that. It's kind of like Balloon Fight controls, I think, but it's more of almost like a platformer, side-scrolling platformer. I go the wrong way. I have to go down instead. What just happened? I kind of like went in a loop. Alright, let me go down. I think I have to go down instead of up. They should put a sign or something. Tell me which way to go. Can I get another bunch of meat or 1-up? Nope. Yeah, see, this is different from the way I went earlier. So I guess the whole point of going that way maybe is to get the 1-up. Took more damage than I wanted there by slipping on those spikes, so now I will probably lose on this boss because it can be difficult. Unless there's a hidden meat somewhere here. Nope, no hidden meat. The only thing that makes this hard is that you don't want to get trapped against the left side of the screen, so you really just got to keep pressing to the right. The boss will come in and out of the ceiling on the areas that don't have bricks. But what I found is that there's sometimes you just cannot avoid getting trapped. Like, it looks like I might get trapped here now. Yep. Almost. Right. So that's what we want to avoid. Shouldn't be a problem, though. Get it this time around. Stay ahead. Stay ahead. That's a great Konami sound. Alright, we'll get him. No problem. No problem. I made it a point to try and balloon fight. Couple of things. I never used to be able to get to rank 1 on Balloon Trip, Part C. I made it a point about 10 years ago to do that. I also made it a point to try to roll the score counter over to the 1 million, where it goes back down to 0. The game isn't as hard as you would think. There's some manipulations you could do by playing the left and right side where you come out the other end, because I think the enemies don't generally try to go over the side of the screen boundaries. And then another thing is making sure that you perfect the bonus stages. Alright. I think this was the last stage. Oddly enough, I'm not quite sure because I thought the music was supposed to be different. Oh, no. I know what happened. I was supposed to go on the other side. Duck underneath. Go on the other side, and then climb up and take the rope. Not break this. There we go. But this one can break. Got a 1-up for my troubles. What was that, 6? 8? 8 1-ups? 8 lives. I don't think I've ever had that many in reserve. Manny, do you have a favorite console for sports games? Mine is Sega Genesis. Well, yeah, I think Genesis. I played the most sports games on Genesis, between NBA Jam and some of the NHL games. Maybe next would be Xbox, the original. Oh, it's frustrating. I guess I could just walk off the edge and climb the rope. Tried to jump and I hit the gear mechanism there and lost a massive chunk of health. I don't want to die, because if I die, I'll have to go up those slow climbing ropes again. Yes, the Knicks were the the team that we rooted for growing up. Probably just because we were in New York. No, never played Holy Diver on NES. I did play through Jaws recently, which has you do some diving in it. That was a very unholy game. Nice and quick game, too. I know, the architect of these castles must be, like, filthy rich. Clockmakers. Torch, sorry, I keep saying torch. Candle makers as well. Was close. We're almost at the end. Oh, that spider. He shot that fireball and it delayed me just enough to get me killed. Mickey Mousecapade, yeah. I do remember that. A friend of mine had that, and yeah, it was actually largely forgettable, but it's actually a really tough game. There's some areas in that for a kid I think would be really tough. I think there's this whole like forest that you go through where you have to go in the right door to change the seasons. And then I think at the end you fight against Pete. And it's just so relentlessly hard to get shots in with without dying. Like he's on the top of the deck of the boat, I believe, and he's just you have to climb up, and before you can even get up and get your bearing, he's already firing at you. Alright, we're gonna kill this spider this time and not leave him as a hazard. But we're gonna let those two live. Just because I need to make sure I have the right length of silk to climb up. Alright. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alright. Typical shadow encounter coming up. These are always very difficult, where you have to fight yourself. And I don't really... Or this isn't me. Alright, whatever. It's not a shadow encounter, but this is a tough fight. Ouch. Alright, so, let's see. What could we do better? Sometimes he jumps up. Sometimes he drops down. I think he started by jumping up. And then the second time he stayed, he went down. Those knives, if you're more directly under them, they'll fall straight down. I have 6 lives, okay. Otherwise, they will shoot diagonally again. So I think I just have to have good timing and take the right path around here. So the first time he's going to jump up, I'll stay down here. Couldn't stop that one. Ah, oh, dude, I was just trying to push. I would have had it if I didn't mess one of those up. One of those whips missed him. The one that was on... I whipped below him, he was on the ledge above. Kind of just wanted to push through and try to figure it out. I think I'll get it this time, though. Yeah, it wasn't working. I'm gonna come down, I think. Yeah, alright. So, I think it might be better not to use holy water, because I don't think it does as much damage. I'm gonna try without holy water this time, but that means I have to be a little more accurate on whipping, and I can't go in too close. This fight always gave me trouble. Believe it or not, Dracula's easier. Oh. Plenty of mistakes there. I know. 8 lives, 3 left. Went from 8 to 3. Really don't want to go through that stage again. Because I think I'll only start with 2 or 3 if I have to continue, which means it's a lot of backtracking. Hopefully I can get it so I don't have to do that. That's the thing is, you know, you have a lot of lives, you get a lot of chances, you do a lot better. It's that time in between that you lose because you have to run back. Maybe you're not as lucky, you lose a life along the way. I've never actually seen the pattern go like this before. Alright. We did a lot better that time. Alright. I think if we lose on Dracula, we continue at Dracula. I don't think we have to fight our son anymore. Ouch. What am I doing? hurry up, quickly. Yeah, well, stop talking. You talk too slow. Four lives, alright. Yeah, I do adapt quickly. It's all about, well, I mean, I have experience in this, but it's all about finding unreasonable, you know, sometimes some of these games are very unreasonable, so you figure there has to be a way to beat some of these encounters. Yeah, so this is all about placement, because he does these orbs, and you got to make sure you're standing on the right platform to dodge them. It's like that when he's on the bottom there. The best place to stand is directly above and to the left of him. Sometimes it's not even worth trying to get a hit in, because if you do, you won't have time to get into position then to dodge the orbs. So I have to relearn all the placement. I think when he starts right above me, I want to stay right to the right. So over here. Or not. That wasn't it. That's way too close. Alright, I'm going to take a shot there. Try again. Yeah, games like Monster Hunter and like Dark Souls type games, they're endurance tests, and yeah, it's really about being able to read the tells of the enemies before they attack. Monster Hunter especially, that, you know, sometimes you could do a fight in that goes on for like 40 minutes. it's insane. And then imagine losing, right? So when he's right above, I want to go left. I think I want to stay to the right on that. And I think I want to go completely to the right. Alright. I think we got it. Alright, did better. One life. But I'm pretty sure we continue right here. Over to the left. Duck. Over to the right. Duck. To the right. Duck. No, maybe that's not the best spot. Oh, I didn't duck in time. I jumped. I shouldn't have jumped. We'll get it this time. We'll get it this time. This seems very familiar. We were playing Bloodlines. We got Dracula down to 1 bar. And then I died. You get this one down to 2 bars. And then I died. So that just means we'll get it this time. Okay, head to the right. Go to the right again. And then go to the left. Just stand right here and don't move. Perfect. Now this is the only one that I don't really know. Yeah. I think that one I have to head to the right instead. Oh, shoot. Yeah, to the right. Okay. Stupid mistakes. Oh, I could have done it in 1 credit clear. Oh well. Which Castlevania... Alright, which Castlevania Dracula iteration is the toughest in your opinion? Alright, I guess you're asking of the whole series. I can only speak to the games I've played. I think the one that comes to mind as the hardest from the games I've played, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, this. I don't remember the ones in Adventure, and now Bloodlines, and like some of the Metroidvania ones. No, Castlevania 3 is actually very easy. I will not say Castlevania 3. I would have said that, but I have learned. I watched that old footage of me doing it, and I'm watching it. I'm like, this isn't as hard. It doesn't look as hard as I'm thinking it is. To me, the hardest iteration of Dracula is the first game, when before he transforms, because that has a lot of randomness to it. So, you know, sometimes he spawns right on top of you, and if you're running away, you might not be able to run away in time. We'll take the extra hits there because I'm not getting on the right side. Yeah, I think that the first game, Dracula's normal form, is actually... it could be unfair and too difficult. As odd as that sounds. I think I also remember having a hard time in Symphony of the Night. I never played Dracula X, but I would have said that, because that looks hard. But I never played it, so I can't say. And there we go. Belmont's revenge has been avenged. Yeah, I remember having a hard time in Symphony of the Night, but that's a game where you could just level up, so... yeah, I don't know. You level up or get special items. You have healing items even, so you could totally just bend the game to your will. But based on pure skill, I don't know. That's that first game. You gotta get the jump right for the timing on the head, and then whipping the fireballs that come out. You gotta make sure that you don't have that randomness. Yeah, so I never, like I said, I never played Dracula X, but maybe that's the next backlog item to work on. I'd like to do that one. Well, the war is over, and the stream will be over here too. That's where we'll stop. We'll play this out, see how it goes. Thanks for, I was showing 23 people still here. I don't know how accurate that is, but for everyone who is still here, thanks for sticking it out. You know, I just wanted to finish a game on my backlog that was Bloodlines, and you know, get those trophies out of the way. So I figured, hey, why not? We'll do it live. Trying to do this a little more, so hopefully that went well. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bonus game here just to fill in the time because IOPOW came on and came late, so it was didn't mind running through another game for you. But yeah, so next time, I feel like this is all very Castlevania inspired, but I have wanted to do Curse of the Moon. I've beaten that plenty of times, so I wouldn't mind doing it for an audience, so that's fine. But Curse of the Moon 2, I never did play. I have it, and I turned it on for like 5 minutes, and I never played it, really. So I'd like to go through that, and maybe we'll do that one blind, kind of like a blind run, see if we can beat that one. What is the next game? Let's see. Yeah, like I said, Curse of the Moon would be fun. Kind of wanted to do a Mega Man game next. Or there's a game called, I think it's Mighty Gunvolt Burst is what it is. And it's like a Mega Man game. It has the guy from Mighty Number 9 in it, Beck. Also has the guy from Azure Striker in it. And it's a Mega Man type game, same sort of deal. You get like weapon upgrades between the levels, and they help you out as you go on. I like that game a lot. I think that would be fun to play because I feel like it's a hidden gem. Not many people know about it. There's also It'll Do 2, which is like a Zelda type game. That would be fun to do. Wouldn't mind doing Zelda or Zelda 2. I don't know. There's plenty to choose from. It's really just like I felt like doing this tonight, so it came on me earlier today, so I figured, what the heck. So, I don't know. It'll depend on my mood for the day, I suppose. Metal Gear on MSX. Yeah, I never played that version. I heard that's the really good version. The one that it was made and intended to be made that way. Do we want to see all this? This skippable? I guess not. Well, I am going to end it here. Thanks everyone for coming out and staying and watching. Hopefully this was fun. It was fun trying to... it's hard to keep track of chat and play it, but hopefully I did that well. Enjoyed answering the questions, and thanks for the feedback and support. You know, keep watching My Retro Life. Tyler's got more stuff coming out, and you'll see us back here next Friday, where we'll do some SNES games. Your request. And we'll play some of those. I think those will be fun. That's my favorite system. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and thanks again.